Caitlin Clark denounces racist trolls who have attacked her basically on her behalf. Those aren't fans. If you haven't been watching the WNBA playoffs, Caitlin Clark got eliminated. She got swept. Unfortunately, in the first round, it is a a 3-game series, and they lost the first 2 games. Basically, getting swept in that series. Caitlin took a lot of shots. She basically tried to put the team on her back, but she was unable to basically get that done. She played against the Connecticut Sun, and it looks like her rival Carrington ended up getting the last laugh. But a lot of other fans of the Connecticut Sun, you got Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky, all talking about how Caitlin Clark fans have been really targeting the players going against Caitlin either in the regular season or now in the playoffs when she was playing the Sun, and going after their players, going after the team, really saying nasty comments that are unnecessary. So we're going to see a video clip with her being asked about it here in an interview.
James and Chloe.
Caitlin, when your head coach came out with a statement today saying she denounces all the racism that some people have felt in this league, players, trolls online, all those things, as one of the biggest stars in this league, what are your thoughts on the things not only your teammates have to endure, but just the entire league? And obviously, you've spoken on this before, but just now that your coach and your GM are talking about it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to the people in our league, the organization, the WNBA. But there are a lot of really good fans, whether they've been fans for 20 plus years or whether they're new fans in our league. I think continuing to uplift this league in a very positive light is the best thing that we can do, because there are so many great players, there's so many great teams, there are so many positive storylines that can be written and celebrated. And for me, that's why I became a fan of this league, is these people were my idols. I grew up wanting to be like them. So I think continuing to uplift and represent this league in a positive way is the best thing that we can do.
Chloe.
It's just horrible, man. Yeah, it's just horrible out here. You can't have one without the other. You can't have growth in the WNBA with a couple.
Can't have growth without racism.
I mean, basically, no, you can't. You can't have growth without racism. I mean, how people are. There's a lot of people out here that's trolls, especially with the social media age.
Well, they're
trolls
saying, like Indiana and what did she play for Iowa before?
Yeah.
So they're saying that she comes, from predominantly white communities where they say also there's pockets of racism still alive, so that when she's playing other teams, that they are being targeted with either death threats, racist just tweets or talking or comments in general. The Angel Reese has been subjected to this, and even Carrington has been subjected to this, and other players of the Connecticut Sun. And so I know that she's not doing it, but it seems like a lot of people that are Indiana Fever, Iowa fans, or Caitlin Clark fans in general have been the ones doing the most egregious comments and attacks on players. And you can really see it because usually half the time they have her as like their profile pic, or their account will be like Fever Fan or Caitlin the Goat, or, kind of all, accounts that are paying tribute to her. So what do you think? I know it's not, she doesn't pick, you don't pick who's your fan, but it seems like her fans are kind of getting a record of being reckless and racist to other players that Caitlin is going against.
I mean, I don't feel like it's her fault. She said it multiple times, like she doesn't support this. This isn't what it's supposed to be like. Everybody's supposed to be supporting one another, but I'm guessing they giving the same energy. Her fans are giving the same energy the WNBA players are doing to my girl. You see that she's like one of the most blitzed players in the WNBA.
So you're saying since Caitlin Clark is getting flagrant fouled or pushed or basically getting a little rookie hazing, that it's okay for her fans to be racist? Is that what you're saying, co-host? The fans want to know, the Crib Crew want to know, is it because You want to push my girl? Well, watch this racist comment. I'm going to throw it your way.
I mean, but you seen that girl DJ? She popping out like that. Pow. Hit her in the eye. So, I mean.
She hit her with the Cobra.
Exactly. So, her fans ain't, they're not tolerating that.
Shout out Carrington.
They see that, you see that the WNBA is playing dirty to Caitlin Clark. All they got is Aaliyah Boston, and she ain't tough enough to stop everybody. You see Dejanay's girlfriend is on the same team as her, so she not really protecting
People were asking like why she wasn't really playing, because she played she got usually pretty decent minutes the whole year, and then when they played the Sun, she was getting like 10 minutes a game, and they're like, because they can't trust her out there.
Exactly.
She ain't gonna play hard against a girl.
See. But I mean,
I'll solve that problem. Carrington need to hit me up.
Horrible. But like I said,
leave that in the past.
But like I said, it's not Caitlin's fault that this is happening. Like, she's saying like she doesn't want this to happen, but it's just what's going on like with that. And on top of that, you have like ESPN. They basically feeding into this. They only want to talk about this to get the views up, because nobody really, before Caitlin Clark, ain't nobody care about the WNBA. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There a lot of people said like when they got swept in the playoffs, the Fever, that like, oh, no one's gonna watch the rest of the playoffs. You're gonna see the viewership go completely off. No one's gonna care anymore. So I'm gonna see when the numbers come out that like did the viewership after they got kicked out of the playoffs, if it fell off a cliff or not.
I'm pretty sure the WNBA finals, once that goes on, those numbers won't be higher than any of the Fever games. Because the Fever.
Oh, you don't think they'll break any of the Fever game viewership?
No, I don't think. I mean, they will look some of them, but not like the championship
hopefully
ones.
we can get that data, because that would be really interesting to check out if the NBA Finals got more viewership than maybe like a Fever versus Chicago Sky when she's playing Angel Reese or something.
I mean,
but it's crazy. The Connecticut Sun had their number. Carrington's had her number. She played her heart off. She had the Kobe mentality of basically, I'm not going out like no punk. But, unfortunately, even her taking it upon herself, she shot terribly. A lot of the games she shot, it was like, 3 of 13 from 3 or 3 of 15 from 3. And it's like she was launching them threes, but she wasn't making them. And, it looks like that's the only thing that I know, that she's a great passer because she gets double teamed a lot. So she's like able to read and hit the open person. But I think for her to get really a full level of her game, she needs to become a way better dribbler, because that'll free everything up to where she can actually create separation. Because a lot of times it looks like with the three, she's just like either quick launching them or she has this little push off move, which really anytime it's like a 50-50 call if the ref wants to call an offensive foul, because she's definitely doing the Jason Tatum push off. But she's tough. It seems like she's having a really tough time getting her 3-pointers off, because everyone's like, we're not letting her shoot threes on us.
Yeah, basically, or they pushing it to the ground, or as soon as
shoot. We want more of that in the NBA. So the WNBA. Come on now, that's what we've been asking for. We want a little toughness, a little roughness. If you're new in the league, you're in the rookie, you come into the paint, you're getting put on your butt.
Do you think
you're gonna shoot a 3 in my face? Poking you in the eye.
Do you think it's ever gonna get bad enough to the point where they have a malice in the palace, like the NBA, like the NBA
fight?
A fight with like the girls?
I don't think so, because they put rules so strict now that like the punishment is really crazy. So I don't really think anyone's trying to throw away their career or set a bad example. I think, they may be spicy with their comments, but I don't think there's going to be no malice at the Palace Brawl in the WNBA game. Angel Reese was even talking about this topic in her podcast, because the Connecticut Sun were voicing that they had seen a bunch of racist comments on their Instagram and YouTube. And and Angel Reese is like, see what I'm talking about? Anyone that's going against her gets death threats, racist comments. People try to dox them, give up their location. Like what happened with the Lions coach.
But it's not as different as back when Bill
Russell. It's worse than the Beehive.
It's not worse than when Bill Russell and them was playing basketball with Larry Bird.
No.
It's not. It's basically like, I know.
So you should allow it?
Nah, you shouldn't allow it.
You ain't for the people, Coach. You got to protect the people.
Of course, I'm all for protecting the people, but at the same time, I don't want all these games to stop. Because it's looking like here, the WNBA players are looking like they're saying, we'd rather get no views than get views and get this disrespect. Because, you going to get, before it gets better, the
internet is the internet. And I think what's maybe soft with the WNBA, or maybe not soft, but they're just never been had to deal with before, is if you look at like football or basketball and you see the NBA or NFL fans and you look at any of the comment sections, after every game there's major overreaction. If your team wins, it's the greatest team ever, you're going to the Super Bowl. If your team loses, everyone's at that trade this player,
Death threats.
get rid of the coach, take out this person.
Remember LeBron? Remember LeBron had threats and everything at his house.
Yeah, LeBron,
When he went to the Lakers.
he's actually had to deal with media all throughout the evolution of social media. So that's been pretty crazy to see. But that's always been around. But I think that's always been mainly a part of the men's game, where if you look at women's sports, it's mainly all encouragement and encouraging each other. But when the men viewership comes, it's gonna smack talk is gonna come. It's like
That's what I want to see.
It's like the Call of Duty lobbies. They're not used to the fans that are gonna talk trash on that level. They're like, oh, this player's better. Oh, this player's better. Oh, but we both love the WNBA. That's not happening in the comment section when there's men in the comment section. They're basically gonna go in there and be like, oh, you like this player and I don't like them. I'm gonna hunt you down and gut you like a fish. Like dudes take it that
Serious.
level in comment section or even video game audio all the time. So I don't think they're just used to that level of toxicity that male fans have when it comes to sports or anything that they're into, including like Star Wars or anything. Halo.
True, but I mean, I feel like that's what they're just gonna have to get used to because women ain't watching WNBA.
The men are tuning in. We're tuning in. We're watching it. We're talking about it.
Yeah, the men are the majority, the only people really tuning into WNBA like that. I mean, you can say, "Oh no, it's the women doing it," but where? It's been WNBA has been going on this whole time.
You know what's going to be hilarious is next season. I'm going to get us both a WNBA jersey. I'm going to get you a Caitlin Clark jersey, and I'm going to get an Angel Reese jersey, and we could maybe react to the highlights.
Horrible.
And they're going to be like, "That's not right. You're supposed to support Caitlin," and they're like, "That's not right. You're supposed to support Angel." And we're like, we always go against the grain.
Horrible. Promoting unity. But I mean, I hope the situation gets better. I really don't like all the basically racial stuff that's going on. I mean, if you finna say something about the basketball players, you can say they suck, say they can't dribble left, can't dribble right, can't shoot.
I can't
but you don't
say
gotta go
nothing.
racist
I
with
got
it.
my OG Twitter account permanently blocked for
You went
trash
hard.
talking Kevin Durant to where he cried and reported me to the Twitter police.
You called him you tried to give him a cupcake.
I said he was a cupcake. I didn't try to give him one. No, I'm just saying we know what type of cupcake Kevin Durant is. The cream-filled one.
All right. Well, speaking of cream-filled ones, looks like here